Whoa, I look kind of crazy. Hi guys. Oh, my head's cut off. Hi guys. Today, actually, let me put you up here. Why do I never figure out the angle before I start this? Hi. I wanted to make a video about the yarn that I've been talking about, but essentially I have been working on a manufactured line of yarn, and it is kind of my own creation. Obviously, I am not the one like spinning and dyeing and whatever the yarn, but I have been working with a company to figure out a composition that I like, as well as colors that I like, consistency. It's been a couple months in progress, and we are approaching the part where we're pretty much ready to kind of like mass produce. I put that in quotation marks because I don't really know the numbers that entails, but anything over like 100 feels mass produced to me. So I've gone with a milk cotton yarn. This is just one of the random ball, like I have a whole bunch of color samples that we've been working back and forth with. It's been pretty crazy. The main problem that I've been experiencing is, this is really specific, but the yellows are really inconsistent. I don't know if it's like something about the type of dye that we're using or what it is, but that's a problem that I'm experiencing. I don't know anything about all of this, so this has been a fully new experience. I haven't really manufactured anything other than like tote bags, and is that it? I think that's it. I'm new to, like, I'm going through Alibaba, which is what most people recommended to me as like a site for finding manufacturers to work with. So let me just talk a little bit about it. Let me get this out of the way first. I have no idea when it's gonna be ready. At first I wanted it to be ready like at the end of summer, but I just couldn't get the colors that we were going for, and also the textures were really inconsistent. I now have extremely soft, like, it's so, sorry, I've been pulling these up and like over and over again, so, but it is so soft and squishy. I don't know how to like depict to you how soft this yarn is, and the consistency is pretty good. The only problems I have now are the ends, not the end, like the yarn. This is the 5-ply version. I'll show you guys the 3-plies another day. I'm ordering less of those just because I feel like it's a thinner yarn, it's more for like more detailed things, and it's not as beginner friendly. But this is the 5-ply yarn, and you can kind of see the end is like splitting apart a little bit. I don't know if I can't get up right now. Can you see it? But so that's one of the issues that I'm working with. Everything else, I'm trying to keep this as low cost as I can possibly get while maintaining a quality product. For me, milk cotton yarn is so hard to source. I don't know about the US, but at least in Canada, everywhere it is at least $4 to $5 per ball. It's pretty common for milk cotton to be 50 grams a ball, which is what we're going for. These are all 50-gram balls. This is the like size of it. If that, I don't know. Before I did this, 50 grams meant nothing to me, so this is the size of it. So that's pretty standard for milk cotton, but yeah, I was never able to find a consistent supplier, and I tried ordering it on AliExpress, and it takes like 3 months to ship. Okay, maybe not 3 months. I'm exaggerating to make my yarn look better, but it takes like 2 months to ship, like 6 to 8 weeks. And then sometimes I'll finally find a good brand, and then when I start ordering it, the colors are all over the place. It's like inconsistent, and as somebody who crochets flowers for a living, I want to make sure that my product is as consistent as possible, despite all the like handmade and everything. Obviously, everything's gonna be slightly different, but I would like the colors to be as consistent as possible, and so far it has not been. And I have gotten like once or twice emails about people receiving a product, and they're like, hey, I ordered this in like a pink, and this pink is like a little bit too neon pink for me, or something like that. So that is what led to this project. I did consider running a Kickstarter for this because the amount that I spent is kind of crazy on yarn, But then the other side of me was like, if this flops, I can just use all the yarn anyway, because I'm just gonna use the yarn anyway. Because the number that I ordered, pretty much I'm expecting it to maybe kind of flop, because I haven't really explored the market, if I'm gonna be honest. I went into this with selfish reasons. Let's be honest. I just wanted to have a consistent source of yarn that I could call my own, and that is what I did. But yeah, anyway, let me show you some of the colors that we're going for. This is everything. This is all the colors that we made. There's a lot of ugly colors in here, I'm not gonna lie. Some of them came out really bright. But most importantly, I wanted to get a solid green, like nice, I always say a nice matcha-y green. I wanted to get 2 shades of pink, nice shades of pink, a good yellow, and then everything else was kind of just like, okay. I also want to get a brown that's not too brown, if that makes sense. But let me show you the colors that I picked out of all of these, because I have them written down. These are not sorted at all. Actually, let me get another basket that I can put them in, where I've sorted it. This isn't like anything weird on my pants. I've just been cleaning it. There's dirt everywhere. Hold on. I was just talking to you from the other room and I realized I don't have my mic on, so you cannot hear anything. But I've got this little basket. I bought a ton of these when I was still figuring out how I wanted to do my like market display, and I now have so many of these that I do not use at all for my market display. But, oh wait, okay, also, it's literally called flower yarn. And the story behind the name is not because, well, it is because I'm using it for flowers and I just feel like this is the best type of yarn to use for flowers because there's no fuzzies, it's super strong. That might just be a problem with me because I have really tight tension and I break yarn, especially blanket yarn. That's my #1 culprit. But I literally was making this label and I couldn't figure out what to name the yarn, and I remember like being in a hotel at some con with like a bunch of my friends and we were just like saying random names that we could have named the yarn. There were like some pretty dumb ones, but I kind of temporarily just put in flower yarn in my template when I was coming up with the label, and I ended up just keeping it. And I don't know, I kind of like it. It's straightforward. I have this little bear holding a flower. I went with a pretty neutral, coolish toned label to make sure the colors stand out. This one is 5-ply milk cotton, and it is made with, I don't want to open this label because this one's kind of covered. This is another inconsistency we had to work on. Do you see how the label is taped in a spot where you can't see the details? And this one is taped in a spot where you can? Annoying. 45% cotton, 40% manufactured casein, which is like what makes it milk cotton versus just cotton, and then 15% manufactured rayon. So that's the, if that means anything to you. It is a manufactured yarn, it's not a natural yarn. That's just the nature of what milk cotton is. Also, a natural yarn would be really expensive. So, also, like just to be transparent about pricing, currently I have a sample set of yarn in my shop from the first like kind of test-ish batch. I think we're keeping all of those colors except for, oh, hi, is he in your bed? Taco, do you mind sharing? Look, he's out, get in, get quick, look, he's out, get in the bed. There you go. I don't remember what I was saying. What was I saying? I don't know, we're moving on. Let me pull up the colors that, oh, price transparency. I currently have them listed for about $3, not about, they're $3 a ball, for 50 grams. And it cost me about, with shipping, it should be around $2.25. And by shipping, I mean like to get it to me from China, which is really the most expensive part. It's kind of crazy, actually, like the price of the ball versus the shipping. I think it like costs as much as the ball of yarn to get it shipped over here. Hopefully, it is true that in the future, if I order like way more, the price will become cheaper, and then potentially I could get that down to like $2.50 Probably not $2, but so it can go down, but I'm just not at the monetary capacity to place that big of an order, especially because this was a pretty selfish project. So yeah. Oh yeah, okay, so we're talking, let's get to the colors that we ordered. I ordered. Me and April ordered. I ordered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 different colors. But we ended up getting rid of, I had 2 different types of yellow, but one of the yellows just, I don't know if it's just the dye or whatever, but every single sample batch came out slightly different tints, and it might have just been something in the ingredients, but I ended up just scrapping that because I hated the inconsistency. But originally there was supposed to be a light and a dark yellow, but now we just have the one pretty solid, slightly darkish yellow. But for whites, we were going in between. This was the first sample here. I should come closer because I can't show you up close. But this was the first sample we got here, and it's kind of almost creamy, like it's like slightly, you can't tell because I'm not showing you the other one yet, but it's like it looks almost kind of dirty. I was really kind of anal about these, okay? And then this is the one that we ended up going with. If these colors don't pick up on camera, you're really gonna think I'm crazy, but this is the one our first try, and then this was the second try here. I'm gonna put that, this is the one we're going with, the nice clean white. And I gotta look at my list. And then next, the light pink. This is the exact same one that I have from my samples. It is the one that I have like online right now in my sample batch. Also, my sample batch didn't do very well, which is another reason why I think this is like mildly a flop. It's okay because I'm gonna use all this yarn anyway. This is the light pink color. If you can see that. Here, I'll show you the back too while we're here. That's the label on the back there. That's the label. And then we have the pink color. Hold on, I have to pull up, because I took a picture of all of these baskets and labeled them with, whatever I was calling it, like the shade color. So then I could reference it later for when I ordered, which ones I wanted to order. But I do not have it memorized because there are too many colors. So let me find it. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Okay. The next was a pink. So we have a light pink, and then we have a darker pink, which is this one. My labels have gotten all from me pulling these out so much. But this is the just slightly darker pink. Let me hold them together. Very complimentary. I'm very proud of this combination. I was worried that this pink was going to be a little bit too neon, but it's like a perfect baby pink. Again, they're so soft. I don't know how to like show how soft they are. But we've got our light pink, our dark pink. Like, just look at that. It's already perfect. I'm very excited. What's next? We got a blue. This blue. This is also, I believe, I don't know if you can tell. This is, it's the same, like, dye set, but the consistency is a little bit different. This was the sample one, and this is the new one. And this one, if you look really closely, you can kind of still see the, like, blue and white separation in the yarn, if that makes sense. But this one is a lot better. I feel like it's not going to pick up on camera at all. Was I just being too stingy about it? Anyway, I'm happy with the shade of blue, and the consistency looks great now. So there's that. What's next? Blue, and then this is the yellow. So we got, let me show you the yellow that we ended up with versus the yellow I originally wanted to also get. Where is it? Oh, it's right here. It's right here. They're in the same basket. So this is the yellow that we ended up getting, and I'm actually pretty happy with this. It's going to come out hopefully slightly lighter than this, but it's like a nice bold yellow. It'll show up like, because I mainly use yellow for like the centers of like Lily of the Valley or like just different flowers. And if it's too light, you kind of miss it as a detail, and a lot of times the like how do I describe this? Like the flower will surround the yellow, and only like the little tips of the yarn will pop up from the pom-pom inside. And if it's too light, you miss it. Like this was the one that we scrapped because not only is it too light, but it kept coming out as orange. I'm looking down because I'm trying to see if the other, I think it's this one. I pretty sure it was this one. But this yellow and this yellow were what they sent to me as the same thing. And these are absolutely not the same thing. This shows up on camera, that these are not the same thing. So yeah, we scrapped that one, and we scrapped this yellow. But I'm pretty happy with the solid yellow. It'll be slightly lighter than that. What's next? Is this even interesting? I feel like I'm constantly like, is this interesting? Oh, let's go with my green. I'm so happy with the green. This green is what I think we spent the longest amount of time on. But it is this beautiful matcha green. It's perfect. It's not too light and it's not too dark, and it also matches very well with the 3-ply version of it. So that was the other thing I kind of wanted to keep in mind for in case I wanted to use different thicknesses of yarn in the same project. But this was one of the greens that we came up with, and I call this Temu green because all the flowers that I see people link on Temu and like resellers and whatever, it's always the super bright green, and I have thus named this Temu green. Absolutely not. We've got a darker green here, which I actually like. I feel like this is so nice for roses and things. Why is there grass here? That was definitely a dog that brought me some grass. But we're going with this beautiful matcha green. It's so perfect. It's beautiful. I'm very excited about the green. I think that's the best one I got. If you're gonna get anything, get the green. We got a purple, which is in this basket, this purple. It is slightly cooler toned than the sample ones, so are you barking at people outside? That's kind of rude. Can you review yarns with me instead? This is the purple. This one. What do you think? You got eye boogies, buddy. Yeah, you do. Okay, here's the purple. No opinions? Did you like this one more? Wait, you actually do? What about this one? Oh! Anyway, he has bad taste. This is the purple we're going for. Put that in the bin. We got a couple different brown tones. Beige, light brown, and brown are my very creative names for them. Beige, light brown, and then brown, this one. The browns got kind of complicated because I feel like very small changes in the dye sets made very big changes in the dye sets made no change in like the color. So these are the 3 that I ended up going with. I feel like they're very complementary and they're very good for like plushies, making amigurumi. I feel like this is a nice range of browns. To be honest, I don't use a lot of browns in my flowers. I use like sunflower brown and then like cherry blossom brown, but it's just, I only like magnolia, it's all this brown. And then I wanted to go with something a little bit more cooler toned. I don't know why, I might just be biased and I just like, are all my colors cooler toned? Anyway, but yeah, so I went with this brown and then these 2. So I'll put these here, but let me show you, I guess I'll hold it so I can show you like this brown and this brown have like almost completely different dye sets. I keep saying dye sets. I don't know what the actual word is called, like the color, how I came to make the color, or the color came to be. But they're so similar. They're so similar. And also, I think it was like this one, these 2, and So the picking that was pretty arbitrary. It was kind of just like, these are kind of different, but also like too similar. It was kind of just like, okay, well, it doesn't matter because they're all pretty much the same. Let's put the browns at the bottom. Ugh. They don't fit in this thing. They're all gonna come apart. What else? Where's my phone? We got the browns, and then we got red, orange, black, and cream. The red was, we went with this one. Very nice bright red, standard. I mean, classic roses need red. I think I used red like the least. I used to make anthurium, but they were just not very popular. And now it's literally just, I think it's literally just roses. Oh, spider lily. That's what it was. I was like, that doesn't seem right. Okay. Yeah, spider lilies. I use red. Put that there because it doesn't go with my little, I'm going to take pictures of this. Orange, we had this one. Ooh, there's one of my hairs in here. This was the orange we used. Not too bright. Ooh, it looks kind of not orange on camera. I'm gonna have to see on the screen later, because through the little camera screen, it doesn't look that orange, but it's just like a nice pumpkin orange. Pumpkin orange. And then we have black and cream, which is this one. And this one. Hi. The black is pretty standard. It's black. This was the easiest one. Nothing, it's very consistent. No issues. Great. And then this is the cream color that we were going with. It's almost slightly like the palest yellow you could come up with, because again, I had to ditch the lighter yellow to go for the dark yellow. So like, in theory, if you wanted a really light yellow, you could use this beige color. Is that what beige is? Or is beige like this? Wait, did I call this beige? Oh no, this is cream. Sorry, I had words. This is the cream color. So yeah, let me put these all in here and then I can show you, minus the red and black because they're not matching the vibe, but they are necessary. Look at this. I made these. Also these. Thumbnail. I'm very happy with it. My biggest fear though is they're gonna arrive and then the colors aren't gonna look like this. And I'm gonna be pretty annoyed, I'm not gonna lie. Because look at all the other ones. Look at all the other ones that we went through. I might come back to these because I don't have like a dark pink. This is the pink from my sample, like the sample set, and I'm not gonna have more of this. But potentially in the future, if I end up actually selling some of these yarns, then I will come back and make more colors depending on what people want. Yeah. This is just even more chaotic now. I feel like I should organize this a little bit. There is also, just like, if you look at this and this is like, you're shopping for yarns and this is the full color set, you're kind of like, it's not a lot of colors, you know? This isn't, especially for flowers, like flowers have every color. This is, this is like not a lot of colors. But I can't afford to do that right now. There's also the whole thing about like, ethical manufacturing, and I have gone to the limits of what I am able to do within my cost capacity, if you know what I mean. Like, a lot of these labels, they're exactly the same. There's no, what's it called? There's no, like, color name on it. There's no lot number on it. That's probably something that I'm going to stamp on like manually after the fact once they get here. Although everything's one lot right now because I don't even know if I'm going to reorder this. But those are the things I've done to kind of reduce costs so that the unit price for everybody is going to be a lot less. But obviously there's a lot more colors. I think I probably would not need to run more color samples. I think out of like everything that I have here, I have all the colors that I could use if I wanted to place a second order. There's also, there's just some that, like, I really wanted to order, but, like, I had to pick a certain amount, you know what I mean? I can't order everything. Like, I wanted another shade of blue, and I wanted this dark purple. I just feel like it's so pretty. I have no idea what I would use it for. I just think it's so pretty. But I had to go with, like, when I make dark colored flowers and stuff, they don't sell as well. What sells well is, like, these pastel-y colors. And then I added some browns for, like, I don't know, people always make, like, little bears and whatever. Yeah. I'm kind of stressed about it. But I think that might just be my natural state of, like, who I am. So yeah, here's the yarn. I don't know, I guess that's all I have to say. I just wanted to show you guys and talk a little bit about the process. It has been crazy. I've heard people say, like, when they manufacture, I know people in Artist Alley make, like, Ita bags and, like, plushies and, like, all kinds of stuff. And I've always been thought, like, oh, you know, like, I'm sure it's a pain, but, like, it can't be that bad. And then you do it and you're like, it's that bad. So yeah, now I know. It was definitely a learning experience, and communicating them was crazy because the shipping for each sample to arrive here takes like 2 weeks minimum, and that's if I pay for, like, I mean, everything is like, the more you pay, the faster it'll get here. But the difference between the cheaper option is if they ship it by sea. For smaller packages, it's sometimes the price difference isn't too much. Like, I shipped most of the samples by air, and then if you ship it by sea, it's like a third of the cost. Like, when the large amount that I ordered is coming by sea, but if I ordered it by air, it would get here in maybe 2 to 3 weeks, but it would be 3 times the price. I'd have to charge like $6, like $5 to $6 per ball if I order them that fast. So it just doesn't make sense. Also, I don't think anybody's, like, really dying to get these that fast. What was I doing? I guess I'm just putting them all together because I have these have just been sitting in the corner of my room on display for a very long time. As I figured out all the colors that I wanted. So yeah. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to leave it in the description below. I think ultimately a dream would be to have these available in some kind of retail store, but I don't think that is within reach for me at the moment, especially because I'm really focusing on still making product. Because at this point in time, I am still focused on doing conventions, markets, Artist Alley type things, right? And I feel like this, like the amount of marketing and, like, product management, inventory, I haven't even thought about, like, what I'm gonna do when they all get here. Like, I spent, like, several $1,000s on yarn. And, like, it doesn't, to be honest, for the amount of yarn that I spent in this past year, it's probably the same amount as, like, the whole year, but just at once. If that makes sense. It's scary because I'm spending it all at once, is what I'm saying. But technically it's more value because I'm ordering it in bulk, and it's the colors that I want. Although, to be fair, when I was doing this, I bought a lot of yarn on, like, Facebook Market. I was, like, on Facebook Marketplace every single day looking for yarn because I wanted to keep my expenses down. So yeah. That's it. Oh, pre-orders. I don't know when. Not even originally, like, my third goal, because after I scratched the first 2 goals when they didn't work, was to have pre-orders open by the end of October. So then because I'm gone for a lot of November, and then I'll also be closing the store then, I won't be online as much because I will be on vacation. So I wanted to kind of have pre-orders going during that trip in order to make sure that I was kind of optimizing time. If that makes sense. Do I say that too much? I say everything too much. You guys, thanks for putting up with me. But I don't know how to store this. I can't fit any more in this. I'm just gonna have to go like that. And then we'll just put these in here. Oh, let's compare between, like, this is a Friends cotton. I used this previously a lot. It's the Hobby Friends cotton. And I used to do some sponsorships for them as well because they would send me free yarn. But recently, sorry Hobby if you're watching, but I just think that when you are requesting someone to review your yarn, you can't request, what they do is they're like, hey, we'll send you some yarn, but can you make us like 3 reels and post 2 stories and then make 2 posts on your Instagram? And like, what if I don't like it? You know? Anyway, this is the Hobby yarn. Actually, I guess this is like the 3-ply equivalent. What is this? 8/4. And then this is my yarn. Oh, it's a little chaotic looking. But here's the squishiness. I don't know how to... These aren't the same color exactly, but... Anyway. You can't even really compare them because they're not the same ply, but... I just had that on the floor, so... I'm showing you. Put these here. Ugh. So that is why I've had these crates in the back, if you've seen it on in my content of these yarns. So yeah, I don't know when pre-orders will open. Probably by the time there's just been more delays with the colors. The yellow problem actually happened quite recently, like, and by recently I mean like yesterday. Like 2 days ago is when I had to scrap the other one. So then we are waiting for this one to get a little bit lighter, and I'm going to take a risk and not get them to ship me the new yellow and just send me a whole bunch of pictures. And hopefully that turns out well, because if they have to send me that sample again, it's going to take another 2 weeks. And if it gets delayed, which one batch of the 3 did get delayed and it ended up taking like 3.5 weeks instead of 2, I actually will be on vacation already. And then I wouldn't even see it until after I come back. And then if I order it then, it'll take at least a month. I'm pretty sure the time it says is actually 60 to 90 days for it to ship via sea, which is 2 months. So I've okayed it, which means that in theory, the fastest it would get here is November, December. So December, like the first or second week of December, maybe the second week of December is when they will come. Sometimes it's been earlier. I know, like, when I've ordered the tote bags, they told me by sea it would take like 60 days, and then it ended up only taking like 40. So that's a pretty big difference. Yeah, I don't know. It'll also be the dead of winter at that time. So the boxes, I'm just imagining like all the boxes arriving. I can't even imagine how many boxes it's gonna be, and like he or she, the manufacturer representative person, won't really be able to tell me until they start packing it all up, because they don't know what kind of box size they're gonna use yet, because it's something about the logistics of the ship or something, and like the optimal pricing is different. I don't really get it, but he or she deals with all that stuff. I don't know their name. I just know their Chinese name. And I'm not good enough at Chinese to determine if that's a girl name or a guy name. So yeah. Well, it has helped to be able to speak Chinese a little bit, because then I can talk to the manufacturer in Chinese and really talk to them about what I want. Just because sometimes their grammar's not good and I don't really know exactly what they're talking about. And sometimes the words that they use for colors are like fruits and stuff. So it helps give me a little bit of clarity in that aspect. But yeah, this is my project that I've been working on. I'm very happy to share it with you guys. I can't hold back any longer. Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm gonna build up this grid wall that you're sitting on, this one, like super high when it comes, so I can show off all of the yarn also, or at least my half. Your guys' half will probably stay in we have like a storage room, and that way it doesn't get dog hair on it, because that would be rude of me. So yeah. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have questions, because I went through a lot and I have a lot of information and I don't know what you want to know. Maybe I'll make another video. I will when it comes, because an unboxing will be crazy. Yeah. Or guess how much I spent in the comments. Because I'm still trying not to look at my bank account. Yeah. But yeah. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye. See you in the next one. Bye.